Today I want to talk to you about leadership trends that I feel, based on my expertise, ultimately do you more harm than good and really wind up hurting your business. I work with CEOs, other C-suite executives, and private equity investors to help them run their organizations in the most efficient, scalable, growth-focused way that I possibly can. As executives, we tend to read a lot. Articles, books, magazine articles, trade publications, and there's always some new leadership idea or trend that's popping up out there. And while all those are great, there's too much of a tendency for us to just automatically think like this is a solution to some great problem that we've always had. The problem with that is that in so doing, what you're essentially accomplishing is outsourcing your own leadership decisions. So instead of saying, this is my company and this is how I want this specific thing to be handled, you are saying, oh, I read this, so I'm going to follow that direction. That in and of itself is a bit of a leadership failure. So today I'm going to talk to you about 5 leadership trends that I think have either stayed past their prime or were never really very good ideas to begin with. Number 1, unlimited PTO as the ultimate perk. The whole concept of unlimited PTO is that employees can take vacation or PTO time whenever they need it, so long as they are up to speed. Their work is done. Everything is caught up. See the problem here? The work is never done. People are never fully caught up. So actually getting to the point of taking that time seems basically impossible to accomplish. And then those people who actually do take it may either A, feel completely guilty about taking it, like, oh, shouldn't I be at work? Or they're kind of like, they'll get by without me, which may actually be a better way to go. Most people don't take their time off to begin with, even when it's allocated to them. So here's a better way to handle this. Have people plan their vacation times. Twice a year, every quarter, sit down with your team or have them email you, this is the week that I'm going to take vacation. And this accomplishes a few things. First of all, that employee now has an idea of when they're going to take time off, so they can plan, buy plane tickets, book hotel reservations, and that kind of locks them into actually taking the time off, which means that vacation time that is so valuable and keeps us from getting burnt out is actually used. The second thing is, if you are the boss, take time off yourself, and when you take that time off, be gone. Don't email people, don't check in. The world is not going to fall apart for a week without you, any more than it's going to fall apart for a week if one of your people is on vacation. The second trend I want to talk about is the whole idea of servant leadership. Now, a servant leader is someone who goes to work and exists solely to serve their team. So it flips the dynamic of, instead of you managing and leading people, you are instead being led by them and helping to manage the day-to-day operation through them, which again sounds really good. Everyone's a part of the team, everyone has a seat at the table, but there's a problem with this. Someone has to ultimately make that decision, and as the leader, that has to be you. Whether you actually make that decision or facilitate your team coming to a general consensus on the direction to go, someone has to be the tiebreaker. So the whole idea that everything is all cooperative and can be solved through a collaborative way is just not realistic. Take control when you need to, but use the team dynamic when it serves you. The third idea is that data-driven decisions are much better than intuition. Now look, I'm a fan of data. Empirical data tells you a lot of information, but you can't rely on it to make every single decision, because if you did, you're completely removing the intuitive, the idea that people have anything to bring to the table if you're just relying on numbers in a spreadsheet. So you have to be much more scrutinizing about how you can use that empirical data and incorporate intuition, common sense, real life work experience into one cohesive approach so that you can make the best decision moving forward. So data is crammed down our throats every day, all the time, and I get it, I believe in it. But you can't make every single decision based on that alone. Next is hiring people for culture fit. This whole idea is, let's face it, discriminatory in some way, shape, or form, no matter how you package it. Culture fit means different things to different people. It could mean they talk the same way that I do. It could mean they look the same way that I do. My personal favorite is like, do I want to have a beer with this person? If I do, then by all means I should hire them. Absolutely not. What you should be hiring based on instead are values. Does this person value cooperation? Does this person value collaboration? Does this person value outcomes and making good decisions and creating growth for the company? Or are they just in it for themselves, looking for more money, for more title? Those are the types of decisions that you should be making, or the factors you should be looking at when you make a hiring decision. So you're not hiring for fit, you're hiring for value add. Last is the whole idea that performance reviews are bad. Now look, I've been in HR for 25 years. Nobody likes performance reviews. We've always kind of swallowed them and accepted them as just the reality of the business world, and in a way they are, but how they are actually delivered or formulated has really changed a lot. Something that I think is actually very positive that has happened in the leadership world over the past couple of decades is the whole idea of constant ongoing feedback. Every day, every week, whether it's informal or formal, constantly checking in with people, calling out things that were missed in the moment as soon as they happen, addressing them, and helping people to not make those same mistakes again. It's also recognizing that when there's a problem, the sooner you solve it, the better. But remember that you're working with people. It's not just business. So whenever someone says, like, it's just business, don't take it personally, like, yeah, I get it. You know, sometimes it helps us to have tougher conversations if we just say it's just business. But ultimately, you're still working with people. People need feedback. They need to know when they're doing well, because you want to fuel that, but they also need to know when they need to up their game. And if they don't up their game, there's going to be a consequence to that. You as a leader are responsible for making sure that information gets delivered. So to pull it all together for you here at the end, leadership trends are just that. They are trends. They are someone else's ideas, usually not your own, that you read and decide, you know what, I'm gonna do it that way. I can understand why people do that, but if you don't really take that and combine it holistically with all the other ideas and have your own vision for how you want to lead your company or lead your team, you're letting someone else make that decision for you. And is that really how you want to lead? Let me know what you think about these trends or any other trends that you think need to be questioned or that you think are good or bad in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. It really helps the channel and it helps me get the message out there to share my ideas and thoughts on leadership, human resources, and business growth.